Hello, my name is Javier Stefan. This video is a project for Dr. Kaleem's class at FIU called Digital Forensics. I will be showing you how to extract data from Apple devices such as an iPhone and iPad. As a disclaimer, I am not responsible for anyone attempting to use this video in a malicious manner outside the stream of educational purposes. There are three main objectives in this presentation. First main objective is a tutorial on how to extract data, such as pictures, contacts, text messages, etc., from Apple mobile products using certain programs. Second objective, different methods to view the extracted data from those devices. Third objective, how the data can be used for law enforcement agencies. The three programs I will be using in this tutorial is iBackup Extractor, Wondershare Doctor Phone, iPhone Backup Extractor. iBackup Extractor. It can explore and restore lost data from your iTunes backups. As it says, strictly from iTunes backups. If you do not have the most current or you do not have a backup on your iTunes, it will not back up. It retrieves your photos, contacts, calendars, and notes. At the same time recovering your SMS, MMS, and iMessages, so basically any text messages. And last but not least, it will extract all call logs, bookmarks, and app data. You can also use this software to create new backups for your iPhone, iTouch, or iPad data and restore your same devices. Okay, so now we're going to start with the iBackup Extractor. As you can see, first I have the iPhone 5. I'm going to be connecting it so we can extract data. Once it has been connected, here you will see the name of the device, the date of the last backup or the backup. There could be a list of backups from the drop down, and the timestamp of the backup. Well, since I have connected the iPhone, first step would be you click Device Backup, and it will create a backup currently. So you can see it says the name, the type of phone, the iOS. Since this is the free demo, I cannot use create a backup through here, but I have created a backup through iTunes. And once it has been created through iTunes, so you can see, go into our folder. You can see backup, we have two backups currently stored on this computer, which one is the iPad and the other one will be the iPhone. And you see all this data files from the backup. We cannot understand them through the script, and if you click on one, we won't know how to open it. So the best thing is to use is one of these extractors. So as we saw the backup, there's a bunch of files that we can't really understand and stuff. Well, here you can visually see call logs. Sometimes it takes a while to load. So see, I got Albert Falls. I sent a call on 10/14/2013 at 10:40 p.m. The call was 3 minutes and 25 seconds. Anytime you see this arrow, it is a calling out. If the arrow's the opposite way, means you received a call. you can see the calendar. Even better, let's go to the contacts. Now you have a list of the contacts that is currently stored on the backup. Even if the contacts have been deleted, they're still going to be stored because it's from the last backup. Even so, as you see, it gives names, addresses, and all the information you want to know. Then these are the images that you have received through text message, and you have them as even if the text messages have been deleted or the image, they're still stored somewhere on the hard drive of the iPhone. So in the backup, it is being stored. Under internet, you're gonna see the last websites that were searched through the phone, basically the history. You can look at their bookmarks. Now you can pull up any text messages used through this device from anyone you want. Even as you can see, group messages and even unknown numbers. Here you see all the messages, your notes, and some voicemails. Well, this is iBack Extractor. It works the same way with the iPad. So you can see everything is the same way. And as you can see, once it has the backup stored onto this software, it works just fine. I don't have right now the iPad connected, I just have the iPhone, and I can still get information from the iPad right now even though it's not connected. Wondershare Doctor Phone. Wondershare Doctor Phone supports all types of iPhone and iPad devices. It can recover 11 kinds of data: contacts, messages, call history, calendar, notes, reminders, Safari bookmarks, camera roll, photo stream, message attachments, and voice memos. It also recovers deleted data, as in text messages and phone calls that were deleted, messages that were deleted, unless they were overwritten. It supports data loss circumstances: accidentally deleted files on your iOS system device, your device is crashed, smashed, or broken, this device is locked by a forgotten password, your device is lost or wiped, will be backed up. Now we're going to use Wondershare Doctor Phone. The iPhone is still plugged in. I'm going to click on it and run the software. So you can see it's also a free trial. Take some time to connect your device, so let's let it connect, and also scan. What's nice about this software is that it doesn't access the file I was showing you for iBackup Extractor that's saved onto the computer, which is actually the backup file that iTunes or iBack Extractor will create, but this one instead actually extracts the file currently saved onto the iPhone or iPad, which is good if you're law enforcement or anything that needs the backup, because you may not have a computer that has the backup or anything, and you want to extract the information to use. Let's say for a case you need to go through text messages and see if anything was planned, or specific images, if a felon or somebody was doing something against the law, but they had pictures, but then later on they deleted the pictures to think that they were protecting themselves. Actually, law enforcement can still extract it, and this is a good software for that, since you don't need that backup file on your computer. A few more minutes and we'll see how this software will be working. As you see on top, it actually shows recover from iOS device and then recover from iTunes backup. So if you were going to take this, the way this software could work both ways is you could have the software saved on a USB drive and connect it to any computer and recover the software, recover the data straight from that computer from Apple's device instead of using the actual phone, physically having the phone or the iPad. And you should be able to extract that. You will be able to extract the data from the phone. Now it's going to start scanning. As you can see here in the camera roll, it's actually going to pull out pictures that are saved on the camera roll from the device. Then we're going to have all the contacts that is stored here with the names and then the telephone numbers, and if the user had saved them as company, email, home phone, any of that information can be found with this extraction. Then you have messages. You have these last text messages. What's nice about it is that it is alphabetical here. You have the telephone numbers, and then on the side it shows you the text messages, and it starts off actually from the oldest text message you have received or sent to this user to all the way to the newest one. Then it's still scanning, but the message right here will be images sent to you through via text message or you have sent out. Then you have the call history, which is phone calls received, phone calls dialed. You have the calendars and intensity planned out, notes, reminders, voice memos, Safari. I really like this software a little bit more than the iBackup. First of all, because you don't actually need the phone to get the backup, which is how iBackup Extractor works, but it also works directly from the phone, which is what it's doing right now. And if I were to connect the iPad, it will work the same way, even though it takes a little bit more time, as you can see, to actually collect the data. It works better. And as you see it, these are the messages, pictures, the call history. See, time, outgoing, incoming is more organized, date and time. You got the calendar and you have everything like I said. iPhone Backup Extractor. The last software we will be using encrypts backup support with password. So even if the iPhone has a password, it will back it up, extract a backup. It recovers any file from your iTunes backup. Really easy to use. Unlimited iTunes backup and 9 devices. Supports backups from all versions of iTunes and iPhones. As you can see, iPhone, the original, the 3G, 3GS, iPhone 4, iPhone 4S, iPhone 5, iPod Touch, and iPad 1 through 3. The last software we're going to use is called iPhone Backup Extractor. So you can see we'll click on it, and very simply it says, up here says Javier's iPad, Javier's iPhone. As you see, this one also, I don't need the physical device to be connected. It's really extracting it from Apple, iTunes, but let's get this time let's do the iPad. So you can see it tells me it's the iPad 3. The last time we got backed up, firmware, the folder it's saved. So if I click on it, this is, as I did earlier, this is the folder it is saved into, and these are all the files, and tells you a lot of information about folder, the amount of data that can be. So here you can convert all the information, contacts into cards that you can read, calendars into iCalendars, like the files, you can convert them. Now we're going to expert mode. As you can see, there's multiple stuff, but you can click on application, and on your application it actually has all the application I have on my iPhone, on my iPad actually. So let's click on Amazon library. Now you can get all this information. I don't use Amazon, so that's why there's not much information here, but this is a book I actually have. If you were to click on and extract it, you will get that file that you want, so you can visually see it. As you can see, this one isn't as simple as the other one. If you want to get the text messages, you have to save it somewhere. I'm gonna create a folder. iPhone. Actually, it's iPad, so it's also a free version, so it doesn't give me a lot, but it's basically extracted and extracts it to an Excel file. As you see, saves it all into a Excel form, but I originated this text message, I sent it to this number at this time, at this thing, asking this, and then the same person responded to me saying this stuff. So this is what's pretty neat about this one, is that it's saved into an Excel sheet, or if you did the photos, it will extract all photos into where did I extract? Now you have SS. Sorry, that's not the one. Now you have the two photos from the iPad extracted here. So basically what it does is it changes, this one changes the file type, as we saw on the drive earlier, this folder into a file type that we can actually open up and see what's in it. For conclusion in this presentation, we have come to a conclusion that law enforcement agencies can use softwares to extract data from Apple products to retrieve evidence for a case, such as text messages, a conversation spoken with two people, clearly used as evidence, probably planning something or telling someone else something that can be useful for a case. Likewise with the picture messaging, the cell phone, the Apple device user may have taken a picture of what is being investigated in the case, and phone calls can be used to see who the user, the Apple device user, was calling or receiving phone calls from, how much time they were talking on the line, etc. A very important thing that this shows is that deleted information really isn't deleted. So many people believe that they delete a text message and they're good. Well, sorry, but your messages aren't really deleted. They're still being stored somewhere inside your hard drive and can be extracted. But the only way that they are truly deleted is when they get overridden by new data. And the last conclusion is the difference between an iTunes backup extractor and the Apple device extractor. Out of the three softwares I have introduced to you today, the only true Apple device extractor is the Wondershare Dr. Phone. The other two are actually iTunes backup extractor, meaning the file has to be backed up through iTunes. Thank you for listening, and I hope you've enjoyed this video. Hopefully soon will come